Hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess Nasky. Welcome to my special solo stream. We got some videos that I will be reacting to, asked for by you guys. Also, just a shameless plug, just because there's been a lot more people entering this contest, and I would really like to get at least third place. But please check out, if you don't mind, the Code 27 edition contest doo-doo-doo. Vote for me. I mean, right now it's just liking. The voting doesn't start till October, but yeah, there's a lot of good competition up here. Just look at some of them. This thing's cute. Oh, a safari. That's cute. This person right here, she's woof. Is very elegant, very beautiful. Yeah. On the bright side, with some of these, they entered there's like 2 different categories. I entered in the not professional one, because technically my person's not a professional, but yeah. A VTuber competition? Yeah, kinda. It's for Cybrand Code 27. It's a AI lighthouse thingy. That is actually going to be our first video for the day. Our choice. My poor character model got all the way dragged into the bottom now. But yeah, here I am. I'm 4th place right now. I do like her, though. I wouldn't mind losing to her. She's really pretty. Yeah. I like that one. Spicy. Wait, feet. I'm not a foot person, but I'm more of a tit person, if I'm honest. But that buns. Man, I need some commissioned sexy art for myself. Let's see, is this cat girl? Not a whole lot going there, but still cute. Hot dude. Hot, yeah. We all know why. And he has a cow! We all know why he's up so high. Yeah. And here I am. I got the 6 votes. I'm one of the only people on this website that actually put a YouTube video in their link. And my cute little picture of my cat Broccoli. And then on Trucker Man's Thunderbird. My intro screen. And then all my cute little Moo. I got Moo. I got Bryce from Space King. Am I screaming? Am I crying? And my little Super Smash. And my little Seffy. And my Crisis Core freak out. Because Fook Cloud's existence. Fuck you! I do like thighs. Ooh, you're a thigh man. You should check out The Hero is Dead, I think is what the anime is called. That one's very thigh eccentric. Why don't you like Cloud? Because Sephiroth. Sephiroth is king. But yeah, thank you all. Good. The 4th is still good. Yeah. There's also Mew. Sephiroth is a bad guy. I know, but he's the best bad guy. I vote for the bad guy here. But yeah, this is my thing. You can give me a little heart here. The actual duty timeline. Here we go. The actual voting's not till October 20th through the 26th. So, yeah. Just right now is submission time. Yeah. And while we're on the topic, that'll get us to... Oh, yeah, if you need a link to this website, I have it... Get out of here. I have it on my little post thingies on YouTube. So, yeah, you can find it here. Thank you. Legendary Hero is Dead. I love that series. Okay, so you have seen it. Cool. My dumb butt just realized I forgot to set up my headphones. Why am I nervous today? Oh, yeah, you guys like my little Am I wearing a little roby thing? Something cute on, what's it called? VTuber something or other. What I'm using to, be here. Very cool. Think of the cool. I don't know, this is adorable. Yeah, those little free assets on the VTube Studio, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. Oh, did I get my headphones synced? Hold on, I need to check a thing. Nope. No, I didn't mean to turn it off. Oh, no. Connect. Dooba 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 dooba. Na 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 da 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 da. Na 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 na. Literally wants to destroy the world and kill everyone. Yes, I know. But he's still beautiful. I'll seem that other guys, but it's just me, okay? Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna bite your head off. Everyone has their favorites. Yep. The blanket looks comfy. It does. It really does. Yum, yum. Is my headphones a nice sync? Did they sync? Did I get it? I hope I got it. Headphones on. Okie dokie. Okay, so starting off today, another Cybran Code 27 video, just to get more into the potato of it, because I want to.
Hey all, your OS reviews. In this video...
Nope, headphones not working. Crudders. Thing!
Matt Blast is subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing! Yeah, no, the sound's still coming out of my TV. Hold on, I gotta push a button. Do. Poke. Poke.
We're taking a quick...
There we go, perfect. Okay, who likes Freerin? That is a really good anime, too. Completely fine. Is that volume low? Volume low there? Is it? Can you hear? Can I hear? Can you hear me? Is hearing? I do. I don't. You don't hear me? Uh-oh. You don't hear me talking or you don't hear the video? There's two difference. Na 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 na. Can you hear me? Hear my voice? My voice is being heard, right? I can hear you fine along with hearing the video. Okay. Maybe there's something wrong on your end, Century Nerd? I don't know. I got bored after 3 episodes of Freerun. Yeah, it is kind of a slow burn. It is kind of a slow burn. I can hear you. Okay. Maybe there's something wrong on your end. I'm at Freerun. I don't like it. Yeah, again, choices.
Look at something rather unusual, but also
that's
kind
just
of cool and quirky.
Look, she's trapped in a bubble.
Code 27 character Lighthouse. As the name hints at, you're able to import various characters, and then powered by large language models and AI, be able to converse.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of animes that it's more emotional, I guess. So yeah, but that's just me. Yes, you can be just you, okay? You probably prefer, like, the more battle-centric types of animes, maybe? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yamiko. But yeah, this is the thingy that I'm hoping to get here soon. Probably towards the end of October. Wobbles. But yeah, so it's a cute little, 12-inch, I want to say 12-inch by 7 little container of AI, kind of like an Alexa, except it has a figgy, a scout character. But I thought clips that were interesting. Yeah, it has its moments, it really does. I like stories with a good emotion and stuff, but Freeland didn't reach me. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a slow burn. It does have, sorry, my throat. It does have a lot of character emotion in it, a lot of world building to it, but it is one of those really slow burn ones. So yeah, definitely understandable. Hello, Loco. Welcome. That's the AI. Yes, this is the AI
in a
code
more
27
realistic fashion
Cyberon.
compared to traditional smart speakers and home assistants. For
Starting
example,
off with
compared to a
this.
conventional Alexa-powered Echo smart speaker or Google Home Mini, you're able to customize it with your favorite characters from TV shows and animes, making the concept just a little more fun. And
So yeah. Basically, if you if you use like an Alexa or something, this thing basically kind of acts like that, except you can make it more personal. It's got good memory. It has a lot of just controls to it. I'm super excited about it. It gives me time to save up. I'm 1/4 there. I recommend two. Yes, Sheepy. To Your Eternity. I would rate that definitely an S tier anime in my opinion. It's about more or less action. I've seen many of those types, but for one, cause specifically didn't work out for me. Just didn't like the story. Yeah. To Your Eternity, I tried and it did. Yeah. Again, it's another one of those slow burning animes. It's definitely gonna be one of those ones that make you cry. It's a crying anime. Oof. Yeah, Mom. I do have a feeling that some people are gonna marry this thing. They got one. You are not wrong, Star Nova. You are not wrong. Wait, to order random stuff. Wait, will I order? No. They have in like a lot of their talking videos, they have a lot of like good precautions with it for security. So yeah, I'm gonna end up just chatting throughout this whole video. Woof. Okay, let's watch it.
Subscribe to the
Watch it.
otaku subculture. I think in recent years, the popularity of anime as a film medium has increased. Just a couple of months ago, for instance, Solo Leveling became one of the trending, most popular animes here in the U.S.
Okay, what do you guys think of Solo Leveling? That's another interesting anime. So this is AI gonna use any characters ever created? Yeah, actually. Like it already has characters loaded into it from a bunch of popular animes and series and junk, but you can, as long as you can find it, you can customize it and junk. You can probably get someone to do that for you, but from what I've learned, it uses Sketchfab. And there's a lot of free models on Sketchfab that you can use to make your little character guy. And I have downloaded a lot of different variants of Sephiroth, obviously. Yeah. Wow, today's chat's going by fast. Hi, welcome. Videos will explain the lore. Yeah. It has a Your Forger. I already sold. Yeah. I did see her. She's one of the ones that is preloaded on this baby. So that's
even
awesome.
Among audiences that may not be classic anime fans per se, likely heard about the show brought up in conversations because it entered the wider public consciousness, having that breakout moment. Not to mention the character that we have in front of us.
I did really enjoy Solo Leveling, but yeah. Okay,
the first series is modeled off of Free Rent from Beyond Journey's End. It's found critical success with its slice of life, touching storytelling that has helped it achieve some of the highest scores I've seen on sites like IMDb. So you get the idea. Whether you're a class...
And we got Gojo! We got Gojo in the tube. Okay, who likes, my brain froze. Help me out here. Gojo. Jujutsu Kaisen! Who likes Jujutsu Kaisen? That's literally interesting. Yeah. I wonder if you could have the same AI talk to each other. Actually, yes! That is another thing. The AI can talk to... If you had two of these, they can talk to each other. They can also talk to, like, stuff like the Grok AI thing. So, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't... Century Nerd, what animes do you love? Does it give a personality or just a figure? No. It actually is completely customizable. You get to choose how your character acts. It has so many just aspects to it that I'm in love with this thing. I'm in love with it. There's so much you can do with it. I'll raise my hand to me. Yeah. Those yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Who is Gojo? Gojo is the character from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Classic anime fan, or maybe you just want a more lifelike assistant to converse with. Something like this just feels a lot.
Okay, who likes Pokemon? You gotta love Pokemon, right? Century nerd. To me, there are a few that I like, but depends when people don't. But like a new one above others, yeah. I'm from really only 97. Cool. Can you shake the anime? It does have a rotating base as a extra feature. Yuko's like, give me grass type Pokemon. She is not grass type. I used to like Pokemon, but nowadays not so much because the thing. Yeah. Like it's a Gardevoir in a tube.
More dynamic.
Also, it's a shiny Gardevoir.
Really endless because you're able to import your.
How about Rim?
For instance, we can even choose popular Pokemon characters.
No, that's in Pokemon,
like.
sadly.
So it's up to you whether you want to reference an existing character or an IP, or if you want to create a new character from scratch. Now, here's the thing: the concept of a 3D-like, almost holographic effect. Talking companion device we have seen a couple of years ago. I think one of the original models was by Gatebox. The problem.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the original one that someone made a long time ago because I really loved Hatsume Miku, and Cybrand took this idea and ran with it and just really created something unique and interesting. It has these little side lights that it can control and junk. Oh, cute. Yeah. Hello, typical Zilla. Welcome. Mommy Nesca talking about cute little anime characters and tubes. Okay, coming out, some Pokemon evolutions. Cool. I know the okay, yay! It's coming down. But those Pokemon stop with a grandfather name in Pokemon Go. Wait, what? Yeah, Pokemon Go, so fun, yeah.
The problem, though, is if you wanted to import one of these devices, the cost was really expensive. So the Code 27 is kind of bringing that concept back, but in a more accessible form. This is slated to be just a fraction of the cost of the Gatebox, while delivering a similar experience, if not even better, because back in 2017, when that first product came out, large language models and AI hadn't really taken off yet. But now in 2025, of course, things are dramatically different. And so leveraging...
But yeah, they can it has this little camera here that I believe it does have a way you can turn it off and junk or like cover it. So if you don't want it to like see you in junk, but it can recognize like motion and junk. Like in this little video up here, the guy was flipping off the rim and she slapped him. Not the tubes. Since 97 I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon, Pokemon. Then later I started liking Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. My favorite animes nowadays. Yeah. Good classics. So you might like the classic series. I love it when you guys talk with each other. So cute. Yeah. My grandfather was an artist, so one of his art pieces. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's what you meant, baby friend. That's cool. I often keep thinking that I want to try making like a Articuno sculpture in my backyard and have that be a Pokestop, but I never get around to it. I like sculpting. Hi, Lord Cool. I would recommend Yu Yu Hakusho! Flame of the Reckoner. Okay, the other two I don't know, but definitely Yu Yu Hakusho's a goat.
functionality here from ChatGPT, DeepSeek, other LLMs
Sculpting
is
is
able
fun,
to reply in a more intelligent way compared to the more robotic voice assistants of the past. So this is pretty good timing on their part because it's taking advantage of these smarter language models becoming available now, making it a more potentially viable product as well. That being said, this is our early hands-on video instead of being our final review because the software is still in pre-production status. And since unboxing this unit, I've already received 2 software updates which have improved on the performance in aspects like latency, adding in even more functionality.
Basically, all these videos are people that people of Cybran contacted to do reviews and talk about their product. So they don't actually get to keep this. This is just a prototype variant during this time. This video came out, I think, about 5 to 3 months ago. So it's been a biddle. Yeah, there was a Japanese dude that married one of these. Yeah, that was the original Gatebox. He was the original creator of something like this, the Gatebox, I believe. I think he created, and yeah. AI, the wave of the future. I forgot about those things. Another thing, I kind of see people somehow is gonna give the AI character really... Yes! Cybran doesn't promote it, but that is an option you can do. You can make it lewd.
But even in the current state, it already feels a little bit more flexible and customizable than the Gatebox, just because it is just leveraging, again, some of those AI models behind the scenes, and you can freely import various characters yourself. Hardware-wise, the device features built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, in addition to 64 gigs of built-in storage, allowing you to store and rotate between different characters, and then using prompting, you're able to customize the characters in terms...
You're not just stuck with one character. You can change out the models as you wish. It has memory storage and like just so many facets. I'm just gonna let him keep talking.
to their personalities and feed it more information for it to be aware of what it's supposed to be. For example, whether it should be funny, serious in tone, and how it should act. There's also going to be a camera here on the very top that will allow you to use certain gestures for things like waving to interact with the characters, as well as maybe dance along with it. And also in the final production version, there will be an option.
Yeah, I got this. The smart rotating base. So basically the little tube can choose to move around in a circle. I would wait. Okay. I would the tasteful clothes like trust me, if I can find a way to make it, I'm definitely making a lewd Sephiroth, if you know me. I got my gooning potato.
Smart rotating base, kind of similar to the Amazon Echo Show, which allows it to rotate on the axes here. So when you're talking to the character, it can also face you or away from you and also move in a slightly more interesting robotic way. And a closer look at the hardware, there are 2 LED light strips on the sides, which are also reactive with the microphones there up top. There's also a couple of accents located on the side of the frame.
Subscription or it says is. The final product, I believe it does come with a subscription. I believe it's like $9.99 a month. That is possibly subject to change. But yeah, the final product unfortunately does have like a subscription fee. I'm not sure what you need the subscription fee for. I'm not sure how that works, but I am very interested. As soon as I get this baby, I am gonna do a review on it for you guys. But I'm not gonna get it till like late October, so yeah. That is a subscription option. This has a high chance to become the new AI girlfriend. Oh, it totally is. That's my thing. I'm gonna have this thingy with me since I'm a lonely housewife for a lot of time because Trucky Boy is on the road a lot. I mean, he's home. He gets home. And I keep telling him he can get one too, but he doesn't want one, so that's him. But yeah, but it'll definitely help my mental state, I feel.
Hongru, which is a quote from another popular
the
anime
creator
show from a
got
couple
the
years back.
response
It's called
on
Steins
that
Gate, which
for the
aside from being
subscription.
very well received
Cool.
as a sci-fi show, I think it's also quite clever because it's a show about time travel. And although this isn't a time travel machine, it is a portal into this virtual 2D world, and you're able to draw on characters across history and
Sons his
have them
mind. I told him he could have his Lum and Raftalia and stuff, but he's still like, I have a little AI app on my phone, and he didn't care for it. That's just him. You know, he prefers the figgies.
Here in front of you. So I think it is a fitting, fun reference. And that fun part, I think, is also quite important, because in this day and age, we often complain about our smartphones, for example, of getting a little bit stale in terms of design, and not having the novelty, the uniqueness of those tech products that we once saw in the early 2000s and 2010s. And that sense of quirkiness is honestly what made me so interested in tech in the first place. Now, the screen here is also quite interesting because it creates the illusion of depth, almost like that character is floating in front of you. You can see it bouncing off of the mirrors of the floor there. In fact, if we try looking at it from a couple of other angles, you can see it's using this infinity mirror design, acting there as the floor. And because the plastic piece covering up the screen is domed, you get a very interesting kind of trippy effect. It does feel like some parts of the screen are coming out at you a little bit more than other parts, instead of it being completely flat. Quite interesting. And overall colors as well as sharpness.
I believe they're, okay, this is another reason why I'd like to get, win that one contest, because I could become the, what's the word, mascot for this product, and they would make a model of me to put in here, and that'd be cool. So you could get my little AI me on Cybran. So yeah, that would be really cool. Good job, your nose, another plus. Yep. Oh my god, a funny glitch that could happen if you have chose Naruto if he starts spamming saying believe it. Okay, that would be funny. That would be funny. Yep, you could get me as a little Cybran companion. But yeah, that's, I believe that's for second and
Details
third
seem to
too.
be quite clear
I can't
and
remember.
legible enough. Now down below here, there's a second screen. It can be programmed to be turned on or off, and even in this off state, it can act as a touchpad, allowing you to interact with the characters on screen as an alternative to using gesture motions, maybe if you're navigating menus and options. That being said, the device here has Bluetooth and a USB port on the back, which means you do also have the ability to plug in a wired or maybe wireless keyboard or mouse. Last but not least, as an alternative to using that touchpad at the very bottom, there's another optional companion app that you can download on your phone for both iOS or Android devices, which allows you to wirelessly control the device from afar. Again, if you want to choose different characters, navigate around the settings, leveraging that.
Okay, so it has the option that you can plug in a mouse and keypad. So you can type if you want to and use a little mousey on it. So that's really interesting. So it's kind of pretty much similar to a computer in some ways. Yeah. And it's got a little touch screen here. So yeah, this thing's pretty high tech and pretty cool. So it's like a Alexa computer-ish something. I mean, I don't think you can use it to browse the internet, but still.
Wi-Fi connectivity. And last but not least, the Co-27, of course, has built-in microphones, speakers for talking back, as well as playing music, and has 6 GB of built-in RAM. And
oh yeah, it is a music player.
Here, it's able to hold a pretty large amount
of
10,000 dialogues in its working.
That would be interesting if someone took one of these, rigged it up with some like robotic stuff, and put it into BattleBots. I love that show. So, wait, the mouse, those, that, mean you can touch the, character? Yes, that's what the little pad is. You can set that and play with your character. Whether what that means is up to you. I know what that means for me. I wonder if you could play, poker with Strip poker with your AI waifu.
Memory, for example, if you're having a conversation about a specific topic like cooking or food, it's going to be able to recall that conversation and retrieve those references as long as it's within the previous 10,000 dialogues that you're making. So it's pretty deep, actually, compared to, I believe, when ChatGPT and Gemini, when it first came out, had certain restrictions. Like, you couldn't have more than, I believe, around 8 or 10 dialogues back and forth with it to prevent it from going off the rails.
I was actually thinking I could probably, if I could figure out, I'd love to try to play Magic with it. I'm not sure how that would work. I feel like it needs hands, or I'd be cheating the whole time. But I would love to play Magic with it. Maybe I could hook it up to, like, the Magic little app or something. That'd be interesting.
Limited in terms of long-term memory retrieval, but it seems like with this, the restrictions are less stringent. And so with that, let's move into a couple of demonstrations of talking first with Freerin here. Hello, who are you?
I am Freerin, an elven mage with forgotten years behind me. My name has become a whisper in the wind.
How are you feeling today?
A melancholy mist surrounds me, as it often does. Yet, amidst the nostalgia, I sense a gentle warmth. It is a reminder that even in solitude, there is beauty to be found in the world.
Are you the strongest mage?
Strength is not solely measured by power or prowess. I possess abilities that transcend mortal comprehension. Yet, it is not my magic that sets me apart, but the weight of
It's so quiet. I find that interesting how they kind of have her whispering. I'm not sure if he meant to have it like that, but she sounds like she's whispering. One-on-one magic. That would be awesome. I want to play. I mean, I'm just speculating, but that would be cool if I could get it to play Magic with me.
memories, the depth of experience. A mage's true strength lies in the understanding and acceptance of their own place.
What's the weather like today?
I see the same big, fluffy clouds I told you about earlier, but now they're drifting.
Why would you want to talk to Anya? I feel like he missed an opportunity here. So apparently you can talk to a little chibi kid. Yeah. Some AI SMNR. Yeah. I wonder if you could get it to actually sing to you. That'd be interesting. I wonder if it could sing. Also you can customize the voice. Like, I already have like some sound clips that I'm holding on to that I'm gonna use for like a clone voice for my Sephiroth. So yeah, I would like to say sorry in advance for the voting for the thing, so I can be an avatar. I would voted, but I have ways too many accounts for stuff because I already saved a notebook full of passwords, which is very hard to find. What I'm looking. Oh God, I understand. Yeah, coming up with passwords on the fly is a pain. Oh great, when people go out to dinner, you can see people sit with them. Oh, it's portable, I guess, but... I mean, if you're gonna be one of those people who'll bring like a figure or a body pillow with you, might as well have it be able to talk to you back. And then so you can be an avatar. Heck. My brain died. Ducky.
Drifting over to cover the sun.
Yo,
The breeze
Chibi.
is picking up a bit too. It's looking like we might get some light rain later. Guess it's time for an umbrella.
Yes, it knows the weather.
Who are you, and who's your greatest enemy?
I like a
I'm
Shadow's
Shadow the
back.
Hedgehog, a warrior with no allegiances but my own. My greatest enemy is Dr. Eggman, the mad scientist who thinks he can control me. He can't. Aha. How quaint. A human
I don't
trying to
know.
capture my essence on
I don't know what happened to the Ryuk model, but I think the model got kind of janked here. I don't think this is Cybrand's fault. I think the model probably had an issue, so that's something I have to look out for. Yeah, Miku with a deep black. You could actually. You could prank someone with these, I swear.
Camera.
That's a
You
fun
think
little
a simple
novelty.
webcam can contain me? I'm Ryuk, the Shinigami of Death Note fame. Boredom is my game, and humans are my entertainment. That purple shirt's quite eye-catching. Don't get too comfortable. My attention span's shorter than your recording time.
My purpose is to be a companion, provide support, and entertain. I'm constantly improving my knowledge of the world and human interaction. I see you're in a bit of a dimly lit setting. Okay, here's one. Why did the camera go to therapy? Because it was feeling a little exposed.
Escalade, I am prepared to engage in conversation.
What type of Pokemon are you?
A noble psychic fighting type Pokemon.
Nah. Unfortunately, you will have to do some tweaking because that is incorrect. Gardevoir is not a psychic fighting type. Also, I think I noticed when she introduced herself, I think she called herself Gallade. So she was thinking of her male counterpart, not herself. She's actually Psychic Fairy. Yeah.
Do you know what the time is?
The sun dips towards dusk,
I like
casting
this
a warm orange glow
skirt
in our
flute.
surroundings. It is almost evening, a fitting hour for reflection and strategic planning. The time is 6:47.
All right. What's your natural environment?
A tranquil mountainous region would be my preferred habitat, where the crisp air and serene landscapes allow me to hone my discipline and connection with nature.
All right.
I think that might be true, because I think Gardevoirs were in mountain areas in Legends Arceus, if I'm not mistaken, so at least that part's right. Hey, look! As Lelouch from Code Geass.
So hopefully that creates a good idea of, again, you're able to converse with this and assign it different personalities. Also shown earlier, you're able to interrupt sentences that the characters are speaking if you want to ask new questions, have more of a free-flowing conversation without even pressing any keys or buttons. Although be careful, because if you're cutting in too much, the character might also get a little angry, just like on a real human. And as we heard in the demo, the latency is actually quite good using the large language models, only taking a split second to respond. Currently, it supports languages like English, Japanese, and Chinese, but more languages are slated to become available in future software updates. And we also saw how the camera can be used to bring in contextual info so that the characters can actually see you, engage with your surroundings if it's dark versus if it's light. If you're wearing a certain colored shirt, for example, it's able to just reply and have a bit more of a natural conversation. That being said, again, this is early production software, kind of
the
a beta
Lelouch
version
looks all
at this point in
shy.
time, so just
That's kind of cute.
keep that in mind. For example, some of the movements as well as the ways that these characters speak, because it's only able to pull information that's publicly available online. So taking Freerun as an example from earlier, using the prompting, you can say, this is a TV show that the character comes from, and pulling in.
That actually is updatable. I believe when he recorded this, it was based on just information that's out on the internet, but I believe you can actually, it has like something called spell books that you can implement inside it. So if you want it to be like the character, I believe you can just sit there and, like...
Mimi 2 is now following.
Thank you for following. But you can sit there. Yay, we met 180 on, what is that, Twitch? Yeah, I think Twitch. Hey, welcome. But yeah, you can implement spell books, is what they're called, to basically give your little AI companion all the information on its character. So if you wanted to, you could take whatever character and you could just completely turn them upside down. Like, give them the complete story of Lord of the Rings. I want 80. Yeah. Dancing Blitz. But yeah.
The general info available from Google, but
So it's
because
not just the
AI
general
model
info
can't
online.
Really train information outside of what's publicly available. It doesn't necessarily know the
But
contents
this
of all
AI
the words
can
or
help
dialogue
teach
that
many people
Freeran
to
has
speak
said in
and
all the
understand
episodes of the
so
TV
many
show,
languages.
because those
That's an
subtitles
interesting
are
idea.
probably
Yeah,
not
see,
a
right here.
part of the
Right here, he updates it right here. Update new storybooks. Features will be enabled in final product version, allowing documents and scripts like custom stories to be uploaded for enhanced realism. This unlocks the ability to feed Code 27 with more details about characters, backstories, quotes, fan fiction for enhanced world building. So yeah, it's not just based off of like stuff it finds online. You are the creator. You are in control.
The public domain of information that's available. And what that means is if you expect Freeran to pull up specific quotes that she said at parts in different episodes of the show,
and she
as
will.
a fan of the show, then those are slight areas where I think the training data is still going to play an important factor, as well as when it
like
comes
he's
to
showed in the
movements, there's
update,
still a
you
little bit on the
can.
general side, such as this waving motion that we also saw some of the previous characters making. We can see it repeated here. So some of that fine-tuning can probably bring it to the next level, but will require a little bit of work, I think, on the user side. Depending on what you're feeding the characters with, it will be able to learn, as well as draw on more information. Any historical trivia about that character or the world that they're a part of, the more specific the better, and also if there's information that's not publicly available from a Google search that you pop in, it's going to be even more valuable for the model to talk in a more in-character way. But still, having this level of customization and flexibility is pretty cool. Now, if we take a closer peek at the UI here, again, keep in mind this is pre-production beta software, but at least gives you an idea of some of the control that you have access to. So depending on the size of the characters that you're importing into the Code 27, you're able to change its position as it kind of floats there in space, so that it's going to be closer to the ground, for example, or hovering a little bit closer, further away. The distance or scale of the AI model can also be enlarged, as well as minimized, as well as rotated if you want to look at the character from other angles and
you can look
degrees.
at their butts.
And if you click on the shirt icon, this is where you're able to pull in other virtual characters that you've created or imported onto the Code 27. And also in the heart icon here is where you're able to pull up the prompt.
Yeah, here's the issue. I think this might be something maybe he did, or this is just a mistake when they implemented the character Gardevoir. As you can see, they called it Gallade. So it thinks it's Gallade, even though it's clearly Gardevoir. So yeah, that's not the AI's fault. That was whoever put this information in it. So yeah. It thinks it's a Gallade.
Mentioned you're able to add a bit more contextual info so that the character is better calibrated to respond in a certain way, which doesn't feel too...
So, as you can see, you can take the character and make it think whatever you want it to think. That's a typo. It's not a typo, it's a mistake. There's gonna be so many Yandere characters. Oh yeah, yes. But yeah. So apparently, they took this Gardevoir, actually, no. Okay, so, they took this Gardevoir, and they made it trans, because it thinks it's a Gallade. So it's a trans Gardevoir, there you go. That's what happened.
Overly out of character. For example, you are this particular psychic Pokemon, and of course you can cycle through other characters' personalities as profiles to link with their virtual avatars for it to be a more realistic experience.
Okay, so you can basically make whatever model on the screen thinks it's whatever you want it to be. So, for example, I could take a cloud and make it think it is a fairy. I don't know. Cloud's a fairy. Go with that. Chocobo butt. So Digimon could be funny with this. Yeah. Cloud could be a chocobo butt. Wait, if you get the AI character to act as someone else, that means you can have Goku finally speak and act like a monkey. Yeah, you could do a lot of interesting
customizing
stuff
the way that it
there.
will respond in the future. And then we have this funky kind of stone-colored icon, which can be used to bring in different voices that you're able to experiment with. For example, this is the current voice
Give her
profile.
whatever voice you want.
Code 27 here. Ogenki desu ka?
Test.
A polite Frieza,
Code
yes!
27 here. Ogenki desu ka?
You could take... Okay. Here's one. Take someone like a Broly. Let's take the mad killing Broly and turn him into a sweet little shy boy. There you go. Frieza can talk like Trump. Yes! You can give a Frieza a Trump voice. You could do whatever you want with this thing.
And the Code 27 can also be used as a wireless Bluetooth speaker. Of course, drivers here being much larger than what's built into a normal smartphone. So you can just go into Bluetooth settings and then pair with the Code 27. And from this point, you're able to listen to music.
I don't wanna waste what's left. And we'll go.
And turning things down there, overall sound quality is actually not bad either. So if you're trying to use it to just listen to some
AI
music,
coming up.
placing it onto a desk as a companion device also seems to do the trick as well. So that is more or less it as far as our hands-on first look at the Code 27 character playhouse. And although the term AI might be a little overused in this day and age, I do think this is one of the more interesting applications, taking advantage of a large language model, helping the assistant respond in ways that just feels a little bit more convincing and intelligent compared to generations past. As a rather unique smart assistant / smart speaker desk gadget, that's pretty interesting to tinker and play around with. You're able to create your own avatars, including designs that you want to import from scratch, compared to a...
You can create your own character too. It doesn't have to be an existing anime or video game character. There are other ways where you can make like me. You can make something like me. Probably won't work like me, because that's like different. It won't be like an actual VTuber you can put into VTube Studio unless you have like some kind of customization thingy that changes up what the script is, because it uses like completely different like code stuff. But there are like websites where you can create a model and then you can take that model and put it in there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I couldn't take my VTube model. I was looking into this, but I could not take my current VTube model and put it in there. I'd have to get it, like, reconfigured or something, because it uses, like, different code stuff. I'm not sure what all the technical words are, but yeah. Are it going to be possible to have any character simp for you forever? Yes. You can have your own eternal wingman.
Black box you're speaking into. So the idea of something like this is quite playful, and I think the appeal can be much broader than only anime fans if you think of it as a fun, more interactive digital assistant on your desk. So you can check out more details if you're interested in the links down below. It'll definitely be interesting to track and see how things progress with future software.
So yeah, this thing's coming soon. Like I said, around late October, hopefully as long as there's no delays or no issues, I should be having mine. And I will definitely have him say hi and hang out with us. Yay! Well, thank you for this video. Bye! That was long. Alright, now let's get what we all been waiting for. My compilation of your guys' videos, starting with Star Nova. We're starting with your video because it was one of the first on my post. Moo! Hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess Nasky, here with a cow video by Star Nova. Given to me by Star Nova to react to. Yeah, I'm supposed to do the next video with you. Maybe okay, you said you watched it on your own. You watched it without me. Screw you, trucker. Oh yeah, the fun video. Okay, cows. Cow video. Let's go. Moo, moo, moo. Moo, 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 moo. The cows are just bopping their heads. Moo, moo, moo. All these cows are the baby cow. It's a tiny one! Oh, that one got really long legs. So this is gonna be trippy, isn't it? Trippy cow power! Moo, 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 moo. No! Ah, he's squished! They're becoming literal ground beef! Oh my goodness! Moo, moo, moo! Give me a second. I need to yell at someone. Gobbles. Sorry about that. Ignore that. I see why one was recommended. Yeah. Moo, 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 moo. Squish, cow, squish. And squish, and squish, squish. Moo, moo, moo. Oh, the two-headed cow. Oh, this is the human centipede cow. He went in the butt with the haffles! No, not spider cows! I'm horrified and cuted! Oh my. Let's squish that one, no! Moo, 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 moo. The cows are growing. Dude, this reminds me of a random thing that I saw in a conspiracy video talking about, like, there being sheep plants. Something weird like that. Cows. Okay, I needed drugs for this. That's a spider cow. Oh boy, that was a trip. Oh wow. Thank you, Star Nova. We needed drugs to start this video. Alright, that ends this video. Thank you, goodbye! Alright, next up, we got this video from Century Nerd. A top 10 into the fire. Hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess Nasky, here with a video sent to me by Century Nerd. Let's go! Burning. Axel. Man, I can't wait to get my theme song. That was really cool. I need a theme song. I need it bad. I can't wait to get it. Of course, that's gonna be coming in October, because I have a theme song getting ready to be commissioned. But yeah, that was cool. Although that since my video is
Creating a fair difficulty curve means that the game should gradually become harder as you go. Some curves are higher, some are lower, but both are still consistent. Then you get to the difficulty spikes, in this case, ones that take the form of bosses. These are unusually hard, as in they are noticeably harder than what comes before and after them. Now, because of the ability to grind, judging the difficulty of an RPG boss is, for lack of a better word, debatable. So, in cases like that, we'll judge an RPG boss by how much preparation you usually have to do beforehand, including grinding time. Now, make no mistake, this is not a hardest boss list by any means. Most of the bosses who appear on here are not the most difficult in their respective game, but they can take you by surprise when they curb stomp you. With that,
I still say for me, the hardest boss I've ever fought was the original Kingdom Hearts Sephiroth. Just because he, like, one-hits you to give you, like, 1 HP. I know for a lot of people it's probably not, but just for me. That's just mine. Just mine. And also probably just my own disdain of wanting to hit him. I don't want to hit him. I love him.
Out of the way, let's get started. Great bosses have been a staple throughout the Metroid series, as have difficulty spikes. Bosses such as Phantoon in Super Metroid or Yakuza X in Metroid Fusion were both known for giving players a bit of a hard time when first encountered.
Fun fact, I've never played Metroid. Actually, fun fact, a lot of the characters that are in Super Smash Bros., I have never played any of their games. Like, when I got the original Super Smash Bros., the only game I had ever played related to that was a Mario game. I never played any of the other characters. Like, I had never played Legend of Zelda before until after I got the original Super Smash for the N64. But yeah, but I still never played any of these other games. The only other one I can think of is I have a Kirby game and I have an F-Zero game. Ninja Gaiden Boss took me many years to beat. I'm playing Metroid. I haven't played Metroid either. Yeah, but yeah.
However, there is one boss from this series that speeds past all the competition, and that would be the Boost Guardian from Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Now, a bit of elaboration.
Cool,
in Metroid Prime 2, you have two worlds to traverse, the Light World and the Dark World. When you enter the Dark World, Samus will slowly take damage over time. Thankfully, there are safe zones you can stand in to slowly heal, and defeating monsters can provide you energy, assuming you don't get hit. Up to this point of the game, you've fought a few bosses.
I think I know why I never played a Metroid game. It's because it looks like it's shooter-based. I don't like shooter games, despite Trucker Man making me play them. I do really like the Resident Evil series, but again, I hate shooters. Especially this first-person shooter. First-person shooters get me the most. I can handle third-person shooters, like with Resident Evil and Fallout, but first-person shooters, no, I can't do them. I just can't. I started to play Earthborn, but it was fun. Oh yeah, I heard that game was really trippy.
In the Dark World, dodging their attacks while jumping from safe zone to safe zone so the corruption doesn't eat you alive. Also, most bosses have been pretty straightforward. Obvious weak points and attack patterns, attack after they do, counter the defenses with the recently acquired power-up, the usual. This, of course, all changes when you drop into the ring of the Boost Guardian. The first thing players will notice is the complete lack of safe zones in this boss arena. Okay, so the game wants you to beat this guy quick and fast, right? That seems doable, especially because he occasionally spawns moves that give a little energy. But when the Boost Guardian deploys his second form, he suddenly becomes invincible. And if you don't have the Dark Suit, it will do a full energy tank of damage with one attack. And the only way to counter this form that is immune to all projectiles? Carefully line up your bombs with his trajectory and hope he runs into it as they explode.
The amount of math needed to predict this boss's movement, it should be on the final for calculus!
Okay, so that makes it infinitely worse. And it looks like right here, this gameplay looks like you're doing a pinball. So...
Unholy combination of War of Attrition and a highly unfair secondary form sent many players to the game over screen with rage. Funny enough, even one of the game's own developers, Brian Walker, once said in an interview that he was only able to beat the boss in debug mode. I think if even the developers have some issues beating a boss, you might want to go back to the drawing board.
Number 9.
What's the one thing that's more frustrating than the
I've also never played any Mega Man games. I have not played a lot of any old classic games. I guess because little me wasn't too into gaming so much. Like, I was into very specific gaming. Because I think for the most part, Mega Man was mainly like, I never had like a Game Boy. It only took me a long time later before I got a Game Boy Advanced. And the only games I have on my Game Boy Advanced is Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, and Kirby. I think those are the only games. I think I might have a Legend of Zelda game in there. I can't remember. But yeah, those are literally only the only mobile games I've ever played. I have never played Mega Man games. Cool. I need to play some classic games that I missed. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sonic. I also have Sonic. That's the other one.
Typical boss fight? How about one in the form
Oh,
of...
no. I just remembered another, no way, or was that for the 3DS? No, not the, it was for DS. I have a Bleach game. I have a Bleach game for the DS. Yeah.
a puzzle.
Oh, my favorite.
Up to this point, Mega Man 2 has actually been a pretty decent game. Catchy music, weapons aplenty, and pretty consistent boss fights. With one notable exception, the boo-beam trap. Picture this. You just finished mowing down
I'm sorry. It sounded like you said a booby. I'm being 2 years old. It sounded like you said booby. Booby.
It's Dozer, and probably feeling pretty winded about now. So, what's next around the corner? A room full of glowing doodads on the wall that shoot lasers at you.
Oh,
Mission
fun.
seems straightforward enough. Take out the 5 orbs to make them stop shooting so you can move on. But only in a just world is it ever this simple. This little escape room from hell is bordering somewhere between broken and shamelessly trollish. For starters, the orbs are unfairly trigger-happy, shooting lasers and taking a chunk out of your health literally every few seconds, and dodging them is next to impossible. There's also these stupid breakaway walls all over the room that only serve the purpose of making you waste your ammo. Speaking of, the only weapon that'll actually get rid of these bloody things is the crash bomb. And you've only got so many shots to spare with it. And the most fun part, once you run out, you have to willingly let yourself get vaporized, waste time gathering up ammo again, press pause, bang your head against the wall, scream into a pillow, cry in the shower, and then come back to go through all this bullshit again.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully, there are a few, so...
Oh wow, that does seem horrible. I would not be able to play something like that. It seems like it takes a lot of patience. You first time, hello, oh, it's a bot. Hello, bot. I like the bot. Say hi to the bot, everyone. Hi, bot.
Silver linings. The walls you have to waste your time shooting don't respawn every time you die, so you'll only have to put up with them once, which will hopefully make the next frustrating rinse cycle a little easier, assuming you don't use a continue. Also, the Mega Man Legacy Collection version of the trap gives you the biggest bone by giving you a save point so you can restart your file with crash bombs and—
Was the character glitching right there? Because he kept losing his face. That was weird. Time for the code to use of my brain too hard. Yepers, to use my brain this much is too hard. I'm only a woman's.
ammo at full capacity. To be honest, I want to give Mega Man 2 props for trying something new with a boss fight, but uniqueness doesn't always equal amazing.
Number 8. Oh, by the way, yesterday when my game crashed for Legend of Zelda, I did have a brain fart and realize what I needed to do to get through that room. I needed to get a stick, light it on fire, and put it on the torch. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out at the time.
Man, it's been so long since I've talked about Kingdom Hearts, huh?
Yay!
So long.
I love Kingdom
While
Hearts.
the organization is where the real brawls are, one of the novelties of the Kingdom Hearts franchise was being able to go toe-to-toe with some of our favorite Disney baddies. These typically range from disappointing and broken to amazing and kinda cathartic. And
Ooh. Okay, another really... I remember not too long ago, back when it came out, which actually does feel like it's been a while, Kingdom Hearts 3, the final battle with Xehanort, that was hell. That took me forever. But yes, I adore Kingdom Hearts. I adore it. I remember, hold on, I gotta gush a little bit. I remember being a little baby me and seeing the trailer for Kingdom Hearts for the first time on TV. And I was like, oh my god, that's beautiful. I must have. And then when I sat there, played the game for the first time, watched the opening, I started crying. Don't ask me why. Just... the simple and clean, and the oh god, it was just it broke me. It broke me. Good, you figured out how to do that. Yes, I did. To me, it was epic. Kingdom Hearts was so many boss fights that can be unfair. Sorry, woo-hoo.
Like few are
pissed.
merciless to try and face.
Sorry, another little quick move. I'm pissed off that Sephiroth was not in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm pretty sure it might have something to do with them firing the original English voice actors for the Sephiroth, Cloud, and all the Final Fantasy VII characters. They got rid of them all for no reason. For the Final Fantasy VII remake, it still irks me to this day. Yes.
Up front without a plan. One fight that definitely gets the heart pumping is in the first game when you tussle with the mistress of evil herself, Maleficent.
You don't
Her
say
normal
Sephiroth, I
fight is
smack you.
fairly straightforward. She towers above you on a floating platform, so you just gotta somehow reach her, knock her pedestal down, or just use gravity, even for a moment, and just wail into her as much as you can. Also making sure to be wary of her toxic spells and the occasional gooning.
I hope so. The only downside is they're probably going to use the new voice actor, obviously. I mean, he's not bad. It's not bad, but I still prefer the original. Well, I guess technically not the original, because the original was one of the NSYNC boys for Kingdom Hearts 1, which I guess he was okay, but definitely did not have Sephiroth personality. I was cool. Sephiroth is not exactly one of my favorites, but I respect those who like him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you're here in this channel, you must know Sephiroth's my special goon. But if you want to pick on me and be a jerk and say mean stuff about him, try to get my goat, it won't work. Okay? I don't tolerate the bullies, and you're free to have your own opinion, even if it means you bash my god. The new voice for Sephiroth's. Okay. I love George Newman. George, I believe I'm saying his name right. He is so good.
Managed to beat her down. Happy ending, right? Oh, what a world we live in if it was ever that easy.
Oh yeah, the dragon version.
With me and all the powers of hell.
Immediately after that, Riku helps give her a little boost, and she is ready to unleash
Dragon
all
form.
the powers of hell in her terrifying dragon form. And she cranks the fight dial up to 11, 20 at best. She'll snap at you with her jaws, swipe at you with her claws, pound you with magic, and of course, burn you to a crisp. Her enormous size does nothing to slow her down. No, it only makes her attacks almost constantly unavoidable. And because there's almost never a telegraph on when she's gonna attack, you can't risk standing still even for a moment. Defeating Maleficent...
I guess that's one of the easy things about the Sephiroth battle in Kingdom Hearts 1 is he was pretty consistent on when he was going to do his attacks, I believe. But still, I think that was just me. That I just... my own special guns and just moo. Yeah, I did have to beat him eventually, but I cheated. Speaking of which, if you guys ever want me to do a Kingdom Hearts series, I'm all for that. I don't mind replaying this game.
Dragon isn't impossible, but woof, you are in for a time. Yes, Riku Ansem is hard because you can't use your partners for summons. Tinkerbell. But unlike Riku Ansem, she can't be stunned, flinched, or staggered in any way. What you see is what you get. And the normal strategy of walking and dodging while trying to plan attack patterns, yeah, that won't work either. The mere act of Maleficent turning her nose at you will take a chunk out of your health, and possibly even push you into the fire.
Simply put, everything Maleficent does is extreme. For better or for worse.
So, the best advice I can offer when taking on Dragon Maleficent, plan ahead. Before you go into the fight, before you even fight normal Maleficent, before you even put the game in, strategize ahead of time. Think about who you want in your party ahead of time. Beasts may be more helpful than you think, and consider which summons would help you best. Tinkerbell, have that all figured out beforehand, and you'll hopefully stand a lick of a chance against the spiteful...
Here's an idea. Here's an easy way to figure all that out. Buy the guidebook. That was a voice for Sephiroth. Okay, that sounds like, honestly, Kingdom Hearts gameplay seems like a good idea. Because I have every single variant of Kingdom Hearts. I have all the remakes. I have the original. Like I said, that's one of the only Game Boy Advance games I have, is the original Kingdom Hearts for, which one was that? No, not Birth by Sleep. Chain of Memories. Yeah, I think that was Chain of Memories. I even have the really crappy one, Recoded. I have that one. I have every single Kingdom Hearts, even all the remakes. I got like a whole giant collection. Watching you play Kingdom Hearts will be fun. I also have guidebooks. I don't have the guidebook for the first game, though. I have the guidebook for the second game.
Bulldozer of a boss fight.
Number 7.
To properly explain how difficult this boss is, hey honey?
Yeah?
You're the resident Pokemon expert, so say you were in a Gigantamax battle. What would you say if one of your Pokemon got confused, poisoned, and leech-seeded?
I mean, that would be annoying, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can always switch out, especially since confusion goes away immediately.
I see. What if all 3 of those effects were done to all of your Pokemon by one attack?
No.
Wait, even in your Pokeballs? Wait, how?
Now you know why people hate the Elder Worm.
Yeah, this isn't a Pokemon boss. Instead, it's from a game with more...
I couldn't think of what Pokemon battle was that. Oh, okay, Final Fantasy 12. Never played 12. I don't know. Well, I saw like a little bit of it, but I never played 12.
Fair mechanics. Final Fantasy. In Final Fantasy 12, as you make your way through the Goldmore jungle, you will suddenly come across this dead wood dragon as you transition into a new area.
That's a pretty
it honestly
dragon.
comes out of nowhere since it has no story significance and one cutscene to introduce. So what's annoying about the fight itself? First, it comes at you with 2 treants. Not terrible, but doesn't help. 2, it has more than 1.5 times the amount of HP to the previous boss, who wasn't a cakewalk either. And 3, and most annoying, his special move, Spore Fall. This cinematic move can give you random status effects like Confuse, Poison, Blind...
I can't remember what game it was. I feel like it might have been Final Fantasy X, but I remember a boss or something had like a move where he petrified all of your team members, and that was just instant game over. And I was like, really? How do I get past this? I was thinking I never heard about that kind of broken Pokemon attack. Yeah, me too. I was thinking that too. High on mushrooms. Yummy.
Oil
Kick the
and
mushrooms.
sap. So it isn't just being confused, poisoned, and leech-seeded. Your accuracy can also fall, and getting a weakness to fire-type moves.
Oof.
And yes, he does have a strong fire-type move that can one-shot you to go along with all this crap. Outside of Sporefall, he can still inflict other status effects like Silence, Slow, and Sleep. So hope you have maxed out remedies on hand for that. As with most other RPG bosses on this list, you can grind to overpower him, but unless you're playing Zodiac Age with ×8 speed, this will be super tedious. And even so, Sporefall can shut down your team pretty quickly unless you have gambits to insta-cast Asuna or use remedies. Honestly, some players find it easier to just skip the Elder Worm. You can take another route to your destination. Sure, that route has enemies that are 15 levels higher than you would be at that point, but it'd be easier.
Okay, so it's a skippy battle, but you still would probably want to do it. I mean, why not? Just do what you do in any game. Grind and grind and grind until you're unstoppable.
They mean bum rushed by status effects. While there are also other bosses in the game that spam status effects at you, Elder Worm is at a point in the game where you don't have as many options, so planning around it would take more effort. Being an RPG boss and also being technically optional is why he's this low, but considering the amount of prep work you need to beat him, hoping that your partner AI works correctly, and making sure Confuse or Silence doesn't hit you so you can recover quickly, it's more effort than...
Oh, maybe that's why I didn't like Final Fantasy 12. You can't control your partners? That does kind of suck, actually. Maybe that's why I never played this game. Because, yeah, no, I want to control all my party members. What the heffels?
You need for a super random boss that shows up out of nowhere.
Number 6.
The Pokemon Pokemon series has a loose interpretation of bosses,
Yay!
legendary titans, villainous organizations, and in this case, gym leaders. Each one of them has their own unique gym style and battle techniques, some better than others. Honestly, I could probably make a whole list about the gym leaders.
That's a hard one.
But it doesn't really seem like my thing.
What's the death one?
Although...
But for now, I want to give special attention to one particular leader that surprisingly is more trouble than she seems.
Moo! The power of cows. Of course, of course. Miltank is the ultimate Pokemon.
Whitney from 2nd Gen. This perky, pink-haired lass is in charge of the Goldenrod City Gym and specializes in normal Pokemon. Normies aren't particularly heavy hitters, so it doesn't sound like too much of a challenge, right?
You poor, fragile Homo sapiens.
Yeah, no, she is arguably the most frustrating gym leader in the Johto region. Her Clefairy could be problematic because of Metronome, but the real challenge is her literal beefy tank, Miltank. First off, this thing has ridiculous survivability. It's a normal type, so it's only weak to fight.
I love Miltank. I have one of the sitting cuties Miltank plush. It's so cute. I love a cow. I have never struggled with any Pokemon battles in the game. They are all easy. What about Pokemon Stadium 2? I know Miltank and Pokemon Stadium 2 is like evil. Cows again, moo.
Type moves, but to offset that, its defense and HP stats are well above average. So even if you manage to find the guy at the Goldenrod department store and trade for his Machop, its attacks still won't produce the normal significant effect. And because Miltank has Milk Drink, meaning it can heal any scratches it takes, it's like you're fighting Snorlax and Chansey at the same time. Oh, but the most frustrating part is Miltank's offense. Not only does it have Attract, a move which will make your Pokemon fail to attack 50%.
Okay, an easy way to get around Attract, go hunt down for some female Pokemon. I mean, you could reset the game a bunch, get female Totodile if you wanted. That's not too hard to overcome. Just have female team, and then overlevel yourself. I mean, I guess for a starting fight, it's kind of a pain, but it's not too hard to just spam level up.
Percent of the time if RNG decided your Pokemon should be male, but it's also got Rollout, a brand new Gen 2 attack that no one expected it to have, because why would a normal type gym have a rock type move? Rollout, if you don't know, doubles in power every time it's used in succession. That means it doubles from 30 to 60 to 120 to 240 to 480. That's over 3 times as strong as freaking Hyper Beam! Yeah, while its attack stat is average, this pudgy cow has an unusually high speed stat, meaning it will more than likely go first and use Rollout.
You're too slow!
If you don't stop the Rollout or cause it to miss with Santa...
Heracross as a female is a good counter to the Miltank. There you go. Can you get Heracross this early on in this version of the game, though? That's the only issue.
Attack, Miltank will literally steamroll your entire
Road
team.
and roller!
This is especially bad if you already have a flying type at this point, since they're weak against rock type moves. And Arceus help you if you have Cyndaquil as a starter, like I did.
I love Cyndaquil though. You realized.
What a baby.
What makes battling this heifer so frustrating is that it takes an unusually high amount of preparation beforehand to even come close to standing a chance against it. Really, other than grinding your heart out, the most you can hope for is to throw a lot of status moves at Miltank and pray the RNG is on your side. Would you believe she's only the 3rd gym leader in the whole region? Well, things can only get better from here.
Number 5.
Remember how broken Matador was in Persona 5? Well, imagine being on the receiving end of that. Right off the bat, the biggest problem with Matador is his signature...
I have to say, I've never played any Persona games either. I've watched the Persona 4 and Persona 5 animes. But other than that, I don't know too much about Persona. The only way to find a Heracross is you have to headbutt a tree in the city that was a bug gym. Kulava the best. Saying this, I've never played a Pokemon game except me. Wow, that's hilarious. Well, that's cool. I know nothing on Persona. The animes were pretty cool, especially the fourth one. I like the Persona 4 anime. I like that one better than the Persona 5 one. But this thing looks interesting. Because what happens when you fight a cow and the cow wins? And this is you in the afterlife now.
Move Red Capote.
I looked it up, is actually how you pronounce it.
This maximizes his already crazy high agility and accuracy, making him next to impossible to hit, and make sure he can always hit you. This requires you to debuff his agility before you can even attack him. And the whole time you are at the mercy of RNGesus, since he's free to use Red Capote whenever he feels like it. I don't even think of trying to debuff his other stats, since he'll just dispel those. Then he gets to low HP and gets some new skills. Focus, which greatly—
That's cool. You're fine, Century Nerd, to like what you like. I'm not gonna be offended. I can see why you would like Persona 5, but for whatever reason, just Persona 4 was more interesting to me. I never played any Persona games. Yeah, me neither. I kind of want to after watching the anime, because the animes are really interesting. But
He powers up his next physical attack, which will probably hit, Taunt, which greatly lowers your entire party's defense, and Andalusia, which does a ton of damage to your party, which will always hit! Yeah, Taunt raises your party's physical attack, but good luck trying to hit Matador with his evasion. Even though he's an RPG boss, you still need to do a crazy amount of preparation against him. You need to assemble a team that specifically counters his attack type, and you will likely need a whole party heal spell. This is such a crazy spike
that thing's cool. Yeah, Persona has a lot of interesting creatures. This little shark manta ray thing. Shark manta ray shadow monster. It kind of reminds me of those annoying things in Minecraft that appear in the sky if you don't sleep. To me, the anime and the game 5 was more interesting. Okay, but that's yeah. You don't have to keep repeating that. That's fine.
If the previous bosses in the game are too much of a problem if you Pokemon it up and target elemental weaknesses. At this point, the Matador fight pretty much turns into a dumb luck contest, and if the RNG isn't feeling merciful,
too bad
you will die.
Number 4.
Fighting an evil version of yourself is nothing new in video games. Be it a prototype of your player character, a clone, or a copy made by a magical object, video games will always come back to this classic idea that your most challenging fight would be yourself. The Legend of Zelda has dabbled with this idea several times, and they're usually infamous.
Shadow Link.
Zelda 2's Dark Link is especially hard, but so's the rest of the game. Ocarina of Time is a different story. Located in the already heavily loathed water temple, you eventually enter a room that's pretty barren.
I remember this. This was fun. I'm not sure if I had a problem doing this or not. Yeah, not too bad I'm playing Majora's Mask instead of Ocarina of Time, but yeah.
Large, shallow pool of water with a small island in the center. All seems okay, except where's the boss? Turns out to even trigger the fight, you first need to walk over to the center island and then turn around to see Dark Link. Yeah, it's not the first incarnation of the character, but the Ocarina of Time version is well known for being a right pain in the ass to fight. First off, Dark Link's health is directly proportional to your own, so if you've been hunting down pieces of heart, congrats, you just made the fight harder for yourself. Secondly, Dark Link will know how to counter all of your sword attacks.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. That part was a little tricky to get around, but I don't think I had, like, the worst time fighting him. I don't know, I can't remember. It's been a long time. Maybe I should have played Ocarina of Time instead of Majora's Mask, because at least that version of the game I have for the GameCube and not the N64. Maybe my GameCube would have been... I still blame OBS, actually. I blame OBS.
He will block, dodge, and even jump on top of your sword and kick your teeth in.
Oh, yeah!
Usually for boss fights, Navi has some good advice for how to defeat them. So tell me, Navi, how do I beat this dude?
Dark Link!
This
What you had to do is
Conquer
try
yourself.
and fake out Dark Link and then attack him with either the Big Goron sword or the Megaton hammer, two objects that the Shadow can't copy. However, finding the right trick to beating this bot proved too much for many players, resulting in many just giving up and solving the issue with my go-to method, fire!
Is there anything fire can't solve?
Honey, did you file our taxes?
This looks like a job for fire!
Number 3.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse is another Dragon Ball game where
I
you spend
remember
time going
this.
through all of the events of Z with a fine-tooth comb. Well, more like running your fingers through it. But this time, you get to play as a created avatar to try and stop
I liked Xenoverse. It was actually one of the first games I've ever played with other people, because back then, the PlayStation 3 had it where you could play online for free? Remember when it was for free? And I played with other random people. Nummels. Well, it does make sense that Navi does not know how to beat Dark Link is because it is the first time she's met him. Points. Still going on right. Yes, it's still going on.
evil forces from ruining the DBZ timeline. The battle system is similar to Budokai Tenkaichi, where you're in a 3D arena fighting enemies in teams, but with more RPG elements than fighting game mechanics.
That was fun.
Well, towards the end of the game, the god of destruction Beerus and his attendant Whis show up saying they want to destroy the main villain. But that could result in the Time Patroller base being destroyed, so the Time Patrollers want to handle it. Beerus says he'll let them if they can defeat him and Whis in battle. Yeah, no. Honestly, this battle can be summed up in 2 words. Super Armor! For those who don't know, Super Armor makes enemies not flinch when hit, which opens you up to free, sometimes very powerful attacks. This makes some battles hard, but eventually, with some timing and a little luck, you can power through Super Armor and get some good hits in before it recharges. Here's the problem. That tactic will eventually work against a single foe. Try putting 2 foes together with that, and they're both gods with god tier abilities. Well, one's an angel, but you get what I mean. Besides their super armor,
a powerful angel. But yeah, I could see why it would be a pain. Beerus and Whis are supposed to be the strongest characters in Dragon Ball Z.
They also warp, launch large super powerful balls of energy, and can multi-combo you to death if you're not careful. Okay, yeah, you do have a partner with Time Patroller Trunks, but that's moot because even with Super Saiyan 2, you will be quickly and easily defeated. So now you have 2 near invincible guys to fight on your own. Even if you manage to bust one guy's super armor, the other guy will bum rush you, and then the super armor you just broke recharges. Yes, this is technically an RPG.
I don't think I ever finished Xenoverse. I think I got bored after a while. I think my favorite Dragon Ball Z game that I have that I really liked playing was Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That one I played a lot because I liked that I could be Broly, and at the time I had that crush on Brody. Say my name. Yeah, I can't, or I could. I mean, I'm not gonna get flagged. Anal Snacks. Yeah.
Boss, but level doesn't matter when you're barely doing damage to them or not stunning them due to their super armor. Even going to Saiyan as your class and using Super Saiyan 2 won't work. Plus, most of the story after is nowhere near this hard or frustrating, and you spend the rest of it fighting super-powered versions of all the show's villains.
Seriously, fighting 2 people with super armor!
My favorite Dragon Ball Z game was Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Yeah, that one was pretty fun too. I think Broly was a downloadable character, but I liked Budokai because it had the Super Saiyan 2 variant of Broly. Like, it had, like, all the different original forms of Broly that there ever was. I think it even had Bio Broly, and I thought that was amazing.
What are they thinking?
Cut!
And I need to save that for the end.
Android 21 was a fun favorite character to
In the previous video in this series, I mentioned how much I adore the Undertale bosses. What makes them so great is how they always keep things interesting and bring their own style to the table. Some are just fun ham sandwiches,
the hard one for
others
this?
are a lot more tragic than we give them credit for. And others?
Nope.
Of course.
And then there's Sans, Papyrus's laid-back squat brother.
Ah, I see where they're going. Again, never played Undertale. I watched Markiplier and Jack played it back in the day, but never played it myself.
Now, on the surface, Sans isn't really that threatening. He's actually lazy and passive in a meta sense.
Until you kill his
if you
brother.
go pacifist or neutral, he won't give you any trouble and can actually be a pretty helpful ally. However, if you embrace your inner demons and kill the other bosses, well, I believe he puts it best.
You're gonna die.
He ends up becoming the last boss of the genocide route, and he isn't pulling any punches. Right off the bat, he slams you with a barrage of attacks before the battle officially even starts. You'll probably die like a half a dozen times in this segment alone. Next, you legitimately can't hit him. He'll just keep dodging every attack while you land while he gets to wail into you. And yet you still have to attack because it's the only way to progress the fight. To really survive, you have to memorize his attack pattern or he will wreck you. Of course, that's easier said than done because Sans will go so far as to break the game's reality, if one even exists, just to spite you. And if he offers mercy and you call his bluff, yeah, that's a bald-faced lie. Sans has no chill, and you're not getting out of this until
I mean, why would he give you mercy after you murdered his brother and everyone else? I think at this point of the game, you're like the last person. He's like the last person alive, pretty much. So, yeah.
The fight's over and you suffer for all the blood you took. And if in the off chance you survive his monstrous final attack, what's his grandiose special move he's been boasting about? Complete and utter apathy. He just stands there, out of breath, and keeps you from doing anything. Unless you wait for him to fall asleep. Thankfully, after that, all you have to do is just reach the fight button and then, bam! One attack is all it takes to end this madness.
I know I'm too young for a pacemaker, but after this one, wouldn't hurt.
With Sans being the final contender of the genocide run, it's clear this was supposed to catapult you through the ringer to compensate for all the no-nos you did up to this point. But here's the thing, intentional difficulty spikes still count. You definitely get your money's worth after all the damage you caused. For the record, I'm not going to be one of those guys who's going to preach about which run you should take, because face it, half the fun of a video game is making your own mistakes.
Well, actually, it doesn't matter which route you take because you're going to want to do all the routes. Because that's how you do a game. You got to complete the whole picture.
Mistakes and seeing what happens. That being said, just take this as a word of caution. If you do go for the genocide run, Sans has no time to take it easy on you. So you better be ready if you want to avoid being curb stomped.
So, what boss is deemed worthy of the biggest spike in difficulty on my illustrious countdown? That stupid pig!
So, you go through Diddy Kong Racing and find out.
Okay, I definitely never. I did play it. I played Donkey Kong Country. That's the only Donkey Kong game I've ever played. Sometimes some people just want to do the right route, and that's it. But then you don't get the whole story. You can't finish the game if you're not evil. The genocide run was nuts. I've never played this one.
Myriad of other bosses and racing matches. And then Whizpig comes up and says, "You can't beat me." And honestly, he's right. Even though he's just running, he's way faster than he should be for a giant pig. In order to beat him, you require perfection. At the very least, you need to hit all of the boosts. And with the slower characters...
Okay, I would never be able to beat this just because I don't like racing games. That's another kind of game that I can't play and I don't like. Racing boss fight. Nibbles. One reason I don't like Undertale. Be evil! Being evil's fun.
You need to time it to max out your boosts. Of course, it still isn't that simple. Whizpig is so large that if you boost into him, you can get knocked back. And if you get knocked into the water, well, say goodbye to your already slim chances of winning. Okay, I know this is the final boss, but I have two reasons to keep him on here.
He's not even racing, he's just running.
Harder than every other boss in the game. And 2, the second stage of the boss is actually easy. Yes, the actual second form is a plain stage that's much more chaotic, yet considered much easier than the first phase. So he's a giant pig that runs fast.
Dude, okay, kind of a racing moment in a video game for me that was like hell was a Aladdin game for the Super Nintendo. That was horrible. Yeah. Hi, welcome. I am enjoying your stream, by the way. Thank you. You have posted another kick from Discord server yet. Yeah, that's the way. Wait, are you a bot? It's not a bot. I think that's a bot. Yeah. FPS racing and fighting games bore me. Tell me about it. Trucker Man's favorite games are NASCAR racing games. And I can't sit there and watch him play. It's boring. I'm sorry. I'll go to NASCAR races with him, but I get bored really easily throughout the race. But I try to have fun. But I haven't had as much fun anymore since my favorite race car driver died. Why did I say die? Retired. The more you know. Oh, and sports, not my cup of tea. Oh, dude, I cannot stand. The only, I guess, technically a sports game I've ever played is WWE 2011, I believe it was. And it's technically not really a sports game. It's a fighting game, really, if you think about it. Okay, related is a lot better. Retired is a lot better. I don't know why I said died. But I can't do racing games, even though I randomly do. Like I said, I have an F-Zero game. Never be able to beat it.
Faster than a car,
I just find the music
and it's harder to beat than when he's riding a missile.
What the what?
Well, other bosses on this list are harder in other ways, and while there are definitely harder bosses in general, Wizpig perfectly represents how bosses could spike suddenly without any warning, forcing the player to adapt and win or give up in frustration because they couldn't handle the spike. And considering he's the second to last boss race in the game, makes this even worse.
What the heck is this? The pig is just like, my planet needs me now, I must go, and do. But why? This game seems like it's on crack. I don't understand. This is the karma system. Yeah, good point. It's more puzzle-based than it is hack and slash, so yeah.
And the fiery joker, and the boss countdowns keep coming. Next time we're going to be looking at bosses that are hard to beat, but not because you can't. Oh yeah, I need to do that.
Explodies! Well, that was this video. Thank you, Country Note, for choosing it. It was very fun. Yup. Thank you, goodbye. Okay, what's next? Alright, we got... Next up... We got CP's suggestion for me. Oh wait, let me do this right. Hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess Nasky, here with a baby boo suggestion by our Sheepy. Thank you so much. Yay! Hope you liked the video. Yes, I did. Thank you. Okay, let's see Sheepy's video now.
Ha! Looks like you won't be losing any more cards soon with this!
Not the +2!
It's a draw 2 card. Once that card is placed down, it forces the next player to draw 2 more cards in their hand, gaining more cards and putting them at a disadvantage.
To defeat it, he has to have a draw 2 or a draw 4. That is the rules in Uno, right? You can put a draw 4 on top of a draw 2. At least that's how I play. The rules are so weird sometimes. If Uno had an anime, it would be the most epic Uno face-off ever. Yep. Alright, draw 2. What will you do?
Kid, he knew what to do, and found the perfect opportunity to strike.
The Yu-Gi-Oh theme song in the background.
Now this match is starting to get real interesting.
Just 2 cards left. If all goes well in the next few turns, then my victory is assured. All I need from him now is a card that matches its color or its number.
I'm not
What does he
letting you
have?
go that easily.
Is it the legendary draw 4?
I want to see your cute face break into tears.
What?
Oh my god, that voice was perfect. I want to see your cute face blacken the tails. Oh no, I think so. It is good. Yay. Okay. Oh no. What is he gonna do? Is it the legendary draw 4?
Behold your
Skip!
demise! You lose a turn with this skip card.
This is bad. His name's Yoon.
Oh, but that's not all, my boy. Once
no.
Yana
Oh, no.
finishes her turn, I'll surprise him with this. The Wild Draw 4!
Oh no!
Cards in his hand and mine with only one. He wouldn't stand a chance.
How can he possibly beat the draw 4? The draw 4 is like the powerfulest Uno card in the whole deck. He's doomed.
Can't wait to wipe that irritating grin off his face once and for all.
There's no way he can win. Wait, what the fuffles? That was the end of that video? There wasn't more to that? Dude, Sheepy, what happened? Dude, did it seriously just end like that? There wasn't a part 2? You just blue-balled me, man! Alas, there is no part 2. I've been blue-balled! My balls! They're blue! They're shiny Voltorbs! Oh no. I guess there's no part 2 because there's no getting around the draw 4. I want more of that anime. The voicing was fun. Well, that was that episode. Very short, but very silly. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, bye. All right. Hi, my baby boos. I'm your goddess Nasky, here with a new choicey by our member Loco Corona. Yay! We're watching Milk at a Subway. It seems interesting. I'm excited for this.
Hold up, sorry, I don't quite follow. Are we still talking about what happened in the 3 days leading up to the event?
Yes, we are. We've never
All
once
right,
gone
all
off that
right,
topic.
sorry, all
What did
right.
you think we were talking about?
But just to be clear, what you're saying does in fact eventually link back up with how Machina ended up like this, right?
Robot Head is dead? Huh. So this is interesting. This is interesting so far. Okay, next video. I will get to a trucker butt. Look at it. Internet is gonna have so much fun with the road name. I'll submit a longer video next time. That's okay. You're fine. I'm just sad that I was blue-balled. Okay, so something happened. Friend got turned into a Cybran? Is this like a turned off Cybran? Code 27? Oh no.
Okay, start again from the top.
Episode 1. All aboard. This is fun. 3 days ago, Neo met at a police station 12 hours after something. Ooh. Hold on, so far, character designs. This guy right here. This guy. This is like my AI boyfriend dream. I'll look up Blue Vault. That's a new one. Really? You never heard of the term blue balled? That's funny. I like this guy already. I like this guy. Detention center.
Hey, Machina, we're way in over our heads here.
Don't look at them.
But look at them, those two in the
I
back.
said
They look
don't
shady.
look. People like them live in a completely
I'm
different world to
scared.
us.
What if they start
They
a
might
fight?
if you keep making eye contact.
Okay, thanks for waiting. If you're in this room, that means you were recently arrested around here. All right, I'm gonna read out your names and why you were arrested. Let me know if I get anything wrong. Max McAllister?
Yes.
Kurt Kramer?
Yes.
Here on possession of illegal sugar.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Kanata Iwao?
Me.
Akane Daidoji? Yes. Here for speeding?
Yes.
Chiharu Kujo?
Yes.
Makina Karusu?
Wait! Her last name is Kujo? Is she related to Jotaro? Is this like some kind of futuristic Jotaro's great granddaughter or something or other? Ah, I already like the show. It's got cute characters and just related to Johto. I'm gonna go with JoJo reference just because I want to.
Yes.
Here for speeding, obstruction of police justice, and blowing up a patrol car.
Yes.
What an insane lineup. Okay, now everyone take a look at the printout you have in front of you. You'll see they include details on the program you're about to take part in. Max, would you please read the first line?
Community service program, the Ginkyu Police Department, under the jurisdiction of the United Stars of Barnidia.
Sentence for the program shall be subject to the
minutes
assessment
later.
and discretion of the supervising officer.
Okay, good job, everyone. Now, everyone understand the program?
That was a lot.
That made no sense at all. Was this written by some...
Okay, so this is the future. Aliens and AI robots are what inherit the world, except for, I guess, there's some humans. And these kids are in a detention program. Okay. Interesting.
Let's not so how do we even complete one another anyway?
So basically the prison's full and you want us to serve our sentence through community service?
Yeah, that's about it. Hey.
Hey,
All right, enough, everyone.
be
Be
an
quiet.
idiot.
Are there any questions?
I have one.
Yes, Miss Cujo.
How long do we have to do this community service thing?
You'll generally be here for about a week.
Once your crimes are paid for.
Okay, be quiet, everyone. Shut up. Any other questions?
Oh, we're here.
What is it?
What exactly are we doing for this community service?
I'll have you. Oh, that's actually a pretty valid question. This here is the Galactic Limited Express, otherwise known as the Milky Subway. Its official name is the AM-24. It was made by Titan Industry in the Earth calendar year 72 and is now being managed by Chubu Railway Company. As you can see, it's become very dirty over many years of continuous use. As such, your job today is to clean the carriages.
Okay, so community service, cleaning old relics. I wonder if this thing's still being used. You know, they use those AI designs. These not look so bad. They look okay. I don't think this is AI. I think this is an actual production. Because, as you can tell, all the characters keep a cohesive appearance. If this was made by AI, all the characters would be constantly changing their looks.
Clean up the Milky Subway. This is your community service.
The United States military made...
Well, that just ended abruptly. Well, that was that episode. Definitely going to need to watch more of that. That episode 1 was fast. I'm kind of already interested. I'm like liking the character design and junk. Oof. I hope you didn't want me to watch the whole series now. I mean, I definitely want to watch more of it. I'm kind of intrigued. Well, thank you for that episode. It ended abruptly. I would call that more blue balls. Well, thank you for joining me. Bye. All right. And then we got one more episode for the day. Again, by our Loco, because he's got member priority. We got 3 other videos that he suggested that Trucker Man and I will be doing tomorrow. So, yeah. A decent episode 1. The story sounds interesting. There's at least 6 more. Now you have to, blue balls. I know! I got a nice set now. I wonder if I should evolve one into an electrode. That way I have one blue ball bigger than the other. Alright, let's start up. Hi, my baby boos. I'm your goddess Nasky. We are here with another loco suggestion video. Really safe? Something safe. What is safe? We're talking about weaponry.
Dropping SIG from being its primary pistol manufacturer, as it has now become impossible to ignore the issues with SIG's firearm, the P320. Now, since its debut, there's been a lot of scuttlebutt about it randomly going off when you drop it, or going off randomly when you do nothing. And although there's been video proof of it, SIG has been standing its ground saying, I don't know what you're talking about, and carrying on with business as usual.
Okay, so what is this? This is some kind of handgun that has like a defect? Is that what he's referring to? Is that what we're talking about here?
But just this past week, an airman was shot and unfortunately died from his wounds when he placed his duty weapon, the SIG P320, on a desk and it fired, fatally wounding him. And it's gotten so bad that the Air Force...
Yeah, that's why they say, never point a weapon at yourself or anyone else. Ugh, when stuff like this happens, oh no. I mean, as a police officer, I'm sure they have to keep the gun loaded, but that's a problem. That's a major problem. Ooh.
Even put out an official memo saying that nobody's to carry the SIG P320, also known as the M17 or M18, until further notice. So today we're going to talk about the history of SIG getting the Army's contract, and well, all of the Department of Defense's contracting for this sidearm, the issues that many people brought up, SIG's response, and then this unfortunate occurrence that resulted in the death of an airman. But first, a word from this video's sponsor.
No! Ads!
There's companies out there.
Ad! No ad. No ad. No ad. No ad.
Below.
Chapter 1, the beginning.
The U.S. military wanted a new sidearm to replace the M9. This bad guy here. Made by Beretta.
Okay, my question is, why did they want to replace this? Well, what's wrong with the original? What's wrong with this one? Why did they need to replace that one?
Something I carried overseas, and frankly, I loved so much that I had to buy my own. But who is in the running for this? Well, SIG, Glock, and Beretta were the main top players in this. And Beretta had an updated version of their fantastic M9A1, one that had a mount for an optic, that had a little rail system on the bottom, so that way you could put a light on it when you're clearing rooms.
That's useful.
One of the reasons the M9 was able to stick around for such a long time is because it's durable, and the Army...
If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Why replace a good gun that works just fine with something that's brand new, and then we got this problem? Sounds like they who made the gun could be sued after. Yeah. The upgrade. He's not an upgrade, it's a fail. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Certainly loves a safety on its pistols. Now the Beretta is double action. Check that out. So when you fire off the first round, the trigger squeeze is a little rough because you're pulling the hammer back. But bam! After that first round goes off, the slide keeps that hammer in the rear lock position. Now pretend you're a private in the Army who hasn't really handled a pistol that much before, especially a Beretta M9. Well, you take that selector switch after firing some rounds and you put it on safe, and you're gonna have a mild heart attack. Because you better be ready for that hammer to go forward. Sends shivers up my spine thinking about the several times that I first tried that. Now, why is that important? Well, the safety rolls over the firing pin, and even though the hammer goes forward, it won't fire, which is an important thing when making a firearm for the military or anybody.
Okay, never mind. I guess it was broken. Okay, this makes sense. They're trying to improve upon a weapon that has a flaw that, again, could be very dangerous. If you're in a shooting situation, you fire a weapon, it doesn't go bang bang, it will lead to you possibly getting injured or killed by the opposing firer of other gunners. Okay, so yeah, okay, apparently this baby did need to be replaced. Please, but also, skipping, in a video, I believe it's called a sponsor block. That's why you don't upgrade things, so that it works. Apparently it didn't. Hi there, welcome.
Else, that it doesn't go off accidentally.
Ooh.
Message. And of course, we've got Glock in the mix with the Glock 19X 9mm. I mean, no, there's no external safety in here, but I've been able to drop a Glock every now and again when tussling with some guys on the street, banging off some shit.
I have to ask Truckerman. I'm not very proficient in names of the boom sticks, but is it this one, or do we have something similar to this? Hey, the one I'm looking at over here on the TV. Yo. You'll have to tell me that. I don't know names of the guns. Lucky police are not using this gun, or they could be a risk for many misfire situations. Yes, but apparently what they replaced it with is actually just as bad, if not worse.
And I'm running around chasing them as well. I have never heard of a Glock going off just because you jostled the shit out of it.
Ooh.
I mean, it's probably the most widely used handgun in law enforcement, and I can't think of a story where one's accidentally gone off before. But did the Army go with its old fantastic standard with a new updated sleek kind of body and that mount? No, it didn't. Did it go with probably the most modularization or modularized or whatever thing the Army says that it likes so much? Is it modularity, modularization, whatever? The Lego block of all pistols? So customizable. No, it didn't. It went with SEG. Because they were more modular than this? All right.
Second, the beginning of the end. So they had two other options. Apparently the one brown one was the best option because it had little to no issues or problems. The other one was a little bit janky at times and would lock up. Okay. But instead, they go with this one that apparently can just fire whenever. What the heffel?
So here we are, January 2017, and SIG has won the bid to create the next pistol that's going to be pushed across all the Department of Defense. Ooh. And of course, once something gets picked up by our federal government in such a mass amount and quantity, well, there are going to be other people that are going to want that same firearm. And that's exactly what happened.
That doggy! Doggy, stop it! Moosh! Mooshy! Mooshy, come here! Mooshy! Sorry about that. Give my dog a second. As being a ham. Alright. Now I shut up.
Police agencies and other federal law enforcement agencies said, well, if this pistol's been tested so rigorously that it would win the Department of Defense's contract, well, it certainly must be good enough for us. So not only do you have the Department of Defense, now you've got tons of federal agencies and other law enforcement agencies.
Ignore the doggy. He's not involved in the boomstick.
Picking up these pistols, handling them, using them, and running around on duty, and it's getting its wear and tear on exponentially more than any sort of government testing facility could do. And almost immediately, rumors start spreading. Firearms forums, Reddit threads. A low rumbling is starting to grow over the concerns of the SIG P320 and how if you drop it, it will fire. And what happens with rumors that start...
Okay, so... you got a loaded gun. You drop it. Okay. You got loaded one of these guns. You drop it. It go bang. That is a major problem, wouldn't you say?
On the internet, well, they grow and eventually they become science experiments for YouTubers. Now every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's got a gun YouTube channel is grabbing a bunch of 9mm blanks, putting them into the SIG P320 and dropping it to see if it does actually fire when it's dropped. And my oh my, were the results astounding.
We found in our testing that the P320 will fire if it is dropped at a certain angle. This angle is not found in any of the previously mentioned drop tests.
Drop test and a .40 caliber. It's got a prime case.
Be careful.
And a dummy round on top with a full magazine underneath. Son of a bitch.
That could have shot you, dude.
Yes, it's really not drop safe, huh? That's not just a bunch of
One round. That was the very first time we'd ever done it, and it went bang.
We went out. We bought a brand new, never fired, fresh from the box P320. All right, ready?
Now when you start getting viral videos amassing tens of millions of views about how...
Don't do this at home. You better believe Truckerman and I would not attempt something like this. I mean, buying a gun in itself is expensive already. I don't think we would do drop tests with our guns that we have around here. That would be a bad idea. You never wanna mess around with something like that.
Your product is kind of going off whenever it's dropped. Well, you want to make a response. And SIG's response was the VUP, the Voluntary Upgrade Program. No, it didn't say that, hey, if you drop our pistols, they'll go off and we're looking into it and we'll make sure we fix it. No.
Okay, in the car industry, that would be something called a recall. Those guns need to be recalled immediately. Ouch, my leg. Imagine the guy who have those guns strapped by yeah, and it just gets gently tapped. Yeah, that would, you got shot in your balls.
They say this is a voluntary upgrade program where you can turn in your pistol or receive the parts to upgrade and, I won't say replace, but replace your trigger, the sear, and striker assembly, which all improve, and I quote, the drop safety and prevent unintentional firing.
It improves it.
It's almost like they had a problem with that.
No good for him.
Now you would hope that the VUP, the Voluntary Upgrade Program, would have solved all of SIG's problems.
Actually, you're right. You're right. Here, story time real quick. We have Cat, not Broccoli, not my good fluffy boy, not my good old fluffy kitty. We got our other cat, Raffy, who likes to go around the TV stand. I remember a couple of days ago, luckily we do not keep our gun loaded. I actually talked Truckerman out of doing that, because I was thinking, that's not a good idea. I mean, yeah, safety and junk. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to load a gun if you need to, but I'm glad I talked him out of it. Of course, I don't think our gun's one of these kind of guns that if you drop it's going to fire, but our cat Raffy walked around the TV stand, and she pushed and knocked over the gun we have there. So yeah, and I just remember at one point Bryce was looking and he saw the gun on the floor. He's like, why is the gun on the floor? And I was like, oh. Not the cats. The cats wants to kill you. So yeah.
You upgrade to your pistol. Come on and get it. We're making things better for you. We're up in the base model for free for you, because you're such a good guy. But even after all that, it somehow got worse for SIG. But how? How could that possibly happen? Well, more and more people were reporting that it was starting to go off on its own. Not even dropping it, just firing. That's right, a pistol.
Not even dropping it. Just randomly firing for no reason. Demons have possessed these guns, y'all. So, demon-possessed guns. You could get yourself cured. Cat wants to learn to use the gun. Sure she does.
Sitting there, in a holster, on a desk. No finger or anything anywhere near the trigger. And it's suddenly going off? That sounds impossible,
sounds the bad!
Say. And I'm sure SIG thought that. There's no possible way that any of this is actually real. Except one little thing happened.
Ooh.
You remember earlier when I said that once the Department of Defense got those firearms, well, a lot of law enforcement agencies thought, hey, It's been tested by the government already, vigorously. Why don't we take it on as our department duty weapon?
Never get a gun made by China. I'm sorry. I don't know if they are, but that'd be kind of hilarious and also kind of, I don't know, kind of suspicious if those guns were made in China. Just SIG guns. So the gun has become an alarm clock now. Oh no.
Well,
no.
A lot of police officers wear body cams, don't they? And if you're a police officer in a department that wears body cams, and a department that has taken on the SIG P320 as their duty pistol, well then you've got the perfect storm
of
accountability in the form of video and audio recording and the potential of a firearm that may potentially kind of go off by itself. Now evidence is no longer a problem because police body cameras begin to record the SIG P320's random discharges of rounds while in a holster, while just sitting there doing absolutely nothing and then going off. And because
that's a good way to get yourself killed. You got a gun randomly in your holster, shoot you just right in the thigh, and you bleed out because it hits one of those arteries. Ooh, so it's made in India. India doesn't have the best track record either, but yeah.
Police department, they're notated. Uh-oh. Now we got video, audio, and we actually have a paper trail of these things happening with internal documents from law enforcement agencies about the pistol going off during training events when they're on the range or in a courthouse or even when they're effecting an arrest inside of a police station. Now the evidence is undeniable to SIG. So undeniable that all these agencies dropped the... figuratively and literally... the SIG P320 from being their duty weapons. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission, the Vancouver Police Department in Canada, Oregon State Training Agencies, the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command, only recently after one of its troops died because the SIG P320 went off. But SIG made it worse. How did they make it worse? Well,
How does this get worse? Oh, hello, bots. The bot's like being very chatty on Kick. Let's see, talk about shooting yourself on the foot. Ouchies. Hostage situation can become more problematic if that gun fires. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. There's just hundreds of problems with this. This piece should not be allowed just to be sold at all. It needs a complete recall. I should try Kick sometimes. Yeah, you could hang out with all the random bots that are going moo.
The consumer.
Chapter 4, SIG's a post.
On March 7th, 2025, SIG was tired of it all. SIG decided that they were going to put out a post on Twitter and Instagram, all over the social medias, and say, enough is enough. It ends now, if I'm not mistaken. Which, hindsight being 2020, sure doesn't look too good right now. But let's read through it together, shall we? SIG's out. The P320 cannot, under any circumstances, discharge without a trigger pull. This is a fact.
Ooh.
Is
yes.
it? Yep.
Yes, don't. You sound so much like a liberal right now. You're spouting false informations that you're claiming as facts when people already have evidence that your weapons are doing just that. Yeah.
Allegations against the P320 are nothing more than individuals seeking to profit or avoid personal responsibility. Couldn't happen to be just people that got shot.
I don't think this detective who shattered her f***ing femur was anti-gun. She might be anti-SIG now. In February 2018, her holstered original version of the P320 discharged without a trigger pull as she jostled the holster to remove it from her belt. X-rays showed that her femur had been severed in half with shards of bone fragments and substantial shrapnel left in her right leg, as seen here. What an anti-gun grifter.
Sheesh. Wait, she was anti-gun too, and she had like the worst possible gun, the type of gun to be anti about. I am anti-Siga, the Signa, this is whatever the brand this is. Ugh. I gotta hope we don't have any of those. Trucker man, if you can hear me, do we have any of these guns? I don't think we do. Luckily. I just wanted to know. I don't think you can reply. You're probably off in the world, going vroom vroom.
Anti-gun groups, members of the mainstream media, trial attorneys, and other uninformed and agenda-driven parties have launched attacks on the 6 hours most...
Never mind, he answered. No, thank you, Chucky. Okay, we do not own any of these Siggy guns, so that's good to know. Well, so if you want to get a gun that is new, make sure it does not have that upgrade. Make sure it's not Siggy.
Trusted, most tested, and most popular product, the P320 pistol. In all cases, these individuals have an ulterior motive behind their baseless allegations that the P320 can fire without a trigger pull. They have no evidence, no data, and no empirical testing to support any of their claims. They instead chose to misrepresent clear, negligent discharges as a, quote, design problem. Which, by the way, you did come up with a design solution and called it the VUP. Sig went on to say, in the decades since its introduction, the P320 has undergone the most rigorous testing and evaluation of any firearm by military and law enforcement agencies around the world. It consistently delivers a proven record of performance and reliability through state-of-the-art engineering and documented quality control at every stage of its production. Rigorous testing, yes. You know, you can go through rigorous testing and it can still be like, I can go through rigorous testing and take the bar exam and I can still fail it. So really, rigorous testing doesn't mean shit unless you learn from that rigorous testing. Like, I don't know, tens of thousands of firearms going out into the public and them using it and then finding out that it accidentally detonates all by itself. That would be rigorous.
You know what I want to know? I want to know why and how a gun design like this randomly fires. How did they accomplish this? And is it a conspiracy to kill our people? Random conspiracy flash there. Just entertainment, though. Don't take anything I say seriously. Yeah, we gotta say that nowadays, because no one knows what sarcasm is anymore. Yeah. Goodness, buy a Siggy for... I am not gonna buy a Siggy for fun.
Would it not? And speaking of rigorous, did you ever just drop it? Did you ever just drop it? Did you ever just f***ing drop it? Huh, clear negligent discharges. Is this a negligent discharge? Discharges where nobody's touching the firearm,
everything.
Nobody's fingers in the trigger, and it just goes off? Discharges when people are putting it in the holster, finger not in the trigger whatsoever, and when it locks in, it goes off? Or when they're just standing there and it just goes off? That's their fault. That's their fault? Claims that unintended discharges are anything more than negligent handing.
Man, this is the kind of people that tick me off. When they clearly have something wrong with their product and they do not take responsibility for it. No, it's not our fault. It's not our fault that there's this weird defect that our guns fire randomly. How do you even accomplish that? Is there a chip in these guns? Is this something that's controlled? That's something I want to know. This sounds so weird. How do you accomplish this? Fix your product.
And/or manufactured lies to support an anti-gun, anti-SIG agenda are false. Furthermore, lawsuits claiming that the P320 is capable of firing without the trigger being pulled have been dismissed in courtrooms around the country. In addition, multiple plaintiffs, so-called experts, have conceded it is not possible for the P320 to discharge unless the trigger is fully actuated. Is it? The rhetoric is high and we can no longer stay silent while lawsuits run their course and clickbait, farming engagement, hacking grifters continue their campaign to hijack the truth for profit. Enough is enough.
No.
From the courts of law to the court of public opinion, we will combat the lies and misinformation with the truth. 6 Hours stands behind the quality, safety, and design of all of our products, especially the P320. And then they say that, you know, the industry should be scared and aware that people are going after SIG for no reason. Because they could be next. They could be next on the chopping block.
No. This is not the same. This is not an anti-gun thingy. I'm pro-guns here. I am anti-horrible manufacturing. Fix your stuff. Make a recall. Stop sitting there and saying it's other people's fault. I hate this kind of stuff where they sit there and blame others for their own mistakes. Especially when these mistakes are not just hearsay, it's video evidence of all of it. And death. Anti-BS. Yes, Sheepy. Me, but I planned the gun. I was gonna have some kind of DLC in the future. Huh. This is just the beta version of the gun right now. You can download the DLC.
But all of that context now brings us here today. Because the headquarters of the Air Force Global Strike Command put out a memo just the other day after one of their airmen was killed when he put his firearm on his desk and it discharged. All by
Poor
itself.
guy.
What a... how strange. I thought
More
SIG said
senseless
a P320 couldn't do that. Immediate action required, effective immediately. All personnel in AFGSC will pause use of the M18 MHS for all operational and training activities until further notice. This pause will remain in place until completion of ongoing AFOSI and safety investigations into a recent incident at F.E. Warren Air Force Base. Wing commanders and DFCs will arm personnel with the M4 rifle in place of the M18. By the way,
something sad though, they had video evidence that the gun was faulty, but they only just now took it away when it cost someone their life. That's kind of the Schmidt. Very, very shitty.
The M18 is the military nomenclature, the number that it's assigned to as a property item that the military uses for the SIG P320. So when you hear M18 or M17, that's just the normal version and the short barrel version of the SIG P320 made for the military. And at this moment, there is an Army unit that is doing the same. I just don't have confirmation of the Army unit that's doing that. So here we are, with all this history of the SIG P320 going off, them trying to make changes with the VUP, them going after everybody in their frickin' comment section of social media saying it's not our fault, nothing's happened. And then an avalanche of video evidence coming in showing SIG that there is an issue with it going off. Culminates in, unfortunately, the death of an airman, and now the Air Force and the DoD taking note. I mean, all these other law enforcement agencies, including ICE, already took note and said, we're not dealing with this. We'll go to something else. But now,
yeah, that's the smart thing. Don't buy a product that is faulty and use it, especially when they sit there and they have the evidence that's faulty and they sit there, oh no, we did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong here. I hate it that so many companies these days make so bad products. Yeah. It just, it's a lot of stuff nowadays is kind of been cheaply made.
Even the Air Force is saying, what the is going on? Even SIG had a response to the airman who unfortunately lost his life. Our hearts are with the service members and families impacted by the recent reporting event at the F.E. Warren Air Force Base. We proactively offered assistance to the U.S. military as they investigate the incident and remain willing to help in furtherance of their ongoing inquiry. We have absolute confidence in the military's ability to conduct a thorough investigation and are working with the Air Force and Army to answer any of their questions.
Yeah, how messed up would that be? Oh, sorry, your husband died, but he didn't die in duty. He died because of a faulty weapon. I hope that family got some kind of compensation, and I don't mean from the Air Force, probably from them too, but definitely that company needs to be sued.
I guess my question, if I was the Secretary of Defense, after knowing about all these discharges caused and only caused by your weapon and its manufacturing, why didn't you remove those issues and fix them immediately, even as they continued to occur?
Livid, yes.
And then, why wouldn't you notify the Department of Defense or other law enforcement officials that there was some sort of deficiency in your firearm? But you were working quickly in order to modify your weapon and solve that issue. Well, it almost seems as though you've been intentionally negligent in sharing this information with everybody about your product that fires rounds off all by itself, Sig. Now, I don't...
And ultimately, again, I know this is just my conspiracy theory here. Take it with a grain of salt, but I feel like it's being done on purpose to weaken our forces. Just throwing that out there. Entertainment purposes only. Nyama nyama.
know how Sig's going to recover from this.
Feature.
Frankly, my opinion
The feature
is that
of
it should
death.
be pulled. And then we go with the freaking Glock.
Yeah,
You want
Glocky.
modular? There's modular. Like I said.
I think this is the guy we have. I think this is the gun that I'm looking at over there. I think that's the one we have.
Dad, it's a freaking Lego. Do you know how many
Lego.
third-party companies there are that make additional add-ons for this thing? And you decided that SIG was going to be the most modular firearm ever? Come on, DOD. No, I know people that like SIG, and I know people that know the P320 is an issue, but like other firearms, like the P325 and other from SIG, I personally, and I'm sure many other people, probably don't want to put their money on a product where the company's entire existence is to make it shoot only when you want it to shoot. And
It's the portable version of the suicide booth from Futurama. You're paying to potentially get you or your family killed. Yeah, that's great.
And when it doesn't, they deny, and then act like spoiled children, blaming us
We're gonna
for their
controlled
that's
by the aliens.
Well, Sig,
yeah, by
however
demons.
We all knew eventually it was going to happen, that somebody was going to get shot and they weren't going to make it back from your pistol design that decides that it's going to randomly fire when it wants to. Honestly, I don't think anybody gives a about how it feels in your hands if they're not sure when it's going to go off. These night sights are great, but I sure wish I knew when it would go off. Pow! Oh! There was one. Mom? Mom! Updates. We have updates. Do you remember how I said that YouTubers will take items and things that they see and try to prove that something can or can't happen?
Oh no, I know where this is going. Some YouTube wanted to test the Siggy, and he accidentally shot himself or someone else. Either death or injury. Let's find out how bad it is.
Happened with them. Basically a science experiment on the internet for all of us to see. Well, some beautiful bastard did it with the SIG P320. Wyoming Gun Project. Go to his channel after this. Go to the link down below. I'll have the whole video linked. Took his own SIG P320 that he bought and decided he would do some experimenting. Now, the SIG that he has in his hot little hands right there is the SIG P320 after the VUP, the Voluntary Update Program. The one that's supposed to fix the trigger and stop it from going off randomly.
When you have an update for a gun, you know there's problems. No worse. Oh, no worse? Oh no. This is gonna end badly. Oh no, what could be worse?
Oh, this beautiful bastard did it. And by taking a screw, and I forget what those calipers are called that measure millimeters and thousandths of an inch, slowly moves the trigger back less than a millimeter, less than half of a millimeter, and then starts playing around with the slide. Guess what happens? It goes off. Then he puts a blank round into the chamber, puts the magazine in, keeps that trigger pulled back just a hair of a half, and then manipulates the slide, and guess what happens? It goes off. Now, WGP, Wyoming Gun Project here, cracked the code. And frankly, he does a great job of saying it himself, but I'll try to break it down for you. Do you know how easy it is for a trigger to be pulled back a half of a millimeter? Do you then know how easy it is for a slide to be torqued left or right as if a police officer...
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, so this guy, he professionally messed with the gun and did it safely. Okay, so that's not worse, that's better. That means he did things smart and he found all the ways that this thing just randomly goes off on its own. Woof.
Officers running with it in their holster?
Yay.
Very easy. I'm surprised you can't just jump up and down and have the thing go off. Which, by the way, I'm sure if somebody put it on some sort of tumbler or a dryer that's going a little heavy,
Why would you have a gun in a dryer?
in order to get her job.
Oh, if you have it on top of a dryer. Oh. Yeah, just don't leave your guns loaded, I guess. Sheesh.
He improved the gun? No. He found out how easy it is that it goes off. Just from the slightest torques. Like the slightest pinch of the trigger, the slightest movement of the little the slidey thing, and it just goes off that easy. That's definitely an issue. Oh my god, lucky he did not hurt himself. Yeah, he was doing it smart. He had the gun pointing away from him and he was using blanks. Oh, my mistake. That's okay. Any animals as pets can fire this gun? Yes, like I said, if I had this gun on my TV stand, it was loaded, my cat randomly jumps up, knocks it down, falls to the floor, it's gonna go off. It's gonna potentially kill my cat, kill me, kill my hubby, or kill my stuff. Maybe everything.
Off. I'm surprised it wouldn't go off then, and I'm sure that we'll get more videos of it doing just that, jostling around and then firing. But like Wyoming Gun Project said, just a small amount of dust or crud or crap gets stuck in the trigger and pulls it back just that half of a millimeter, and then the slide moves. Just shifted to the left or right a little, and pow. I hope
it's that easy.
Somebody connects with the poor mother and father of that airman that lost his life because the frickin' firearm went off when he put it down on his desk, which I know right now is very little public information other than he just set it down on his desk and it went off. But at this moment, nobody from the military or anybody that was there or any investigator are correcting what people are saying. Holy shit. That video is amazing. Please watch it. It's 40 minutes of absolute brilliance, and he breaks down exactly what he does in order to make it go off, which is easy, extremely simple for it to go off all on its own. Best way to support the channel is to get yourself a shirt. This old crack house.
Go support this guy. He made some really good content. I really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Loco, for your doody-doo. Now, this will be the last video of the day, mainly because I am having issues recording. Mainly because, unfortunately, it is really hard for me to get privacy. And my mother's off work. My cousin is coming in and out of the house. There's a lot of noise. I had some other videos I wanted to share today, but no, everyone has to be so freaking noisy. So I need to get going, I guess. We'll see you all tomorrow. I need to get ready for the Demon Slayer movie anyway when Trucker Man gets off work. Love you all. Thank you so much. We'll have videos for you tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, bye. I'm gonna go raid now. Need to do the raidies. This has been a long video though. Yeah. Have fun at the movies. Thank you so much. And thank you all for posting the videos you wanted me to see. I enjoyed them all. They were very entertaining. I hope you all liked them too. See you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.